guys, my name is Sarah and today I'm going to be doing a video of reading Dork diaries. So let's get started. So if you want to know what kind of Dork diary I'm going to be reading to you guys, it's Rachel Renee Russell, Dork Diaries Super Squee Edition. #1 New York Times best-selling series, Tales from a Not-So-Fabulous Life. I think this is a new book of hers. Not-So-Fabulous Life is her first one. So yeah, if you look here, it says Dork Diaries, Tales from a Not-So-Fabulous Life. It says it right the first one. So now we're going to get started reading. Here. It says this diary belongs to Nikki J. Maxwell, private and confident. If found, please return to me for reward. No snipping allowed. Blah 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 blah. And she has Rachel Russell. That's what I'm gonna call her. She has a new book that something of Max Crumbly. So, yep. To my daughter Nikki, who tried her hardest to be the best little ant in that ant colony when along she was a beautiful butterfly. So I already read some pages. Sorry I didn't do a video of that, and I know this is also not my book. This is my school library's book, and I know I did not start from the beginning. I'm so sorry, but I can't start from the beginning because that's 146 pages back. So yeah, I'm starting on page 147. If you have the same book, you can read with me. Saturday, September 21st. I think I'm suffering from nomophobia. I know it sounds like some really nasty disease where you're covered from head to toe with itchy running sores or something hideous like that. But it's actually the ironical fear of not having a cell phone. The worst thing about nomophobia is that it sometimes causes hallucinations and makes you do instantly stupid things. I think I had an attack of this very debating disease when I went outside to get the mail. I thought for sure I saw a tiny, cute cell phone thingy that clips around your ear lying on the sidewalk near our mailbox. I was like, sweet, free phone thingy. It's all good. But when I took a closer look, it was kind of a bright peachy color. I guess that was I had found was actually a hearing aid. Of course, I was devastated. I finally figured this out because I was really bummed about having a free phone thingy just lying there on the sidewalk. I figured it was probably belonging to Mrs. Wallbanger, the nice old lady who lives next door. I suspect she is hard of hearing because whenever I say good morning to her, she answers with something random like, "Thank you, dear. I got them for only $1.50 at Bertha's yard sale." My mom says she has 2 grandsons who are the same ages as Brianna and me, but I haven't met them yet. She also has a scrawny little Yorkie named Cream Puff. He looks like a cute fuzzy ball of lint with 4 paws, but he's as curious as a Doberman. Cream Puff is super cute, but he hates everyone. Anyway, I wanted to ask Mrs. Wallbanger if she had lost her hearing aid. I figured if she hadn't, it would be a waste of my time and energy. Here's a picture of Cream Puff, the dog. I think he's super cute. So, yeah. Okay, next page. And if she had it, would be an even bigger waste of my time and energy. I was right there. I was right. This is what happened. Mrs. Wallbanger, not really hearing me. Grrr. Me talking very loud. Me talking to Mrs. Wallbanger, but she can't hear me. So this is the picture of Mrs. Wallbanger, Nikki. Ooh. Mrs. Wallbanger, Nikki, and her little dog. Mrs. Wallbanger's hand. Mrs. Wallbanger is the lady with the bun right there. Not her, Nikki. That's Mrs. Wallbanger with her dog. And that's Nikki. Okay. What I said. Hi, Mrs. Wallbanger. I just stopped by to ask if you lost your hearing aid. Your hearing aid, is it lost? Did you lose your hearing aid? Hearing aid, hearing aid. What she said. What did you say, Missy? Speak up. Why don't you? If you say I need to lose my hair legs, don't get fresh with me, you little whiz-snapper. My hairy legs are none of your beeswax. Get off my property. My little chit-chat with Miss Wallbanger did not go well. After she very rudely kicked me out of her yard, I just stuck the hearing aid inside her mailbox and hoped that she'd find it in there at some point. Since she only comes out of her house to walk her dog, what's the worst that could happen? Hey, lady, be careful. Don't step in that pile of... Ew! Didn't you hear me, ma'am? I said, watch out, wet cement. Is that sound the mating call of the yellow blue-eyed swamp gooses? Honk, 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 honk. Okay, so maybe the worst that could happen is Mrs. Wallbanger gets run over by a cement truck. But could you really say it's my fault? Since I wanted her to stay safe, I decided the moral and right thing to do was to just give her the hearing aid back to her. Anonymously, I took it out of her mailbox and put it in a little gift box with a bow on it and attached a note. To Mrs. Wallbanger. Then I placed it on her front step, rang her doorbell, and ran away. It's not like I was scared of her or anything. I just wanted it to be a surprise. Later that evening, I saw Mrs. Wallbanger walking her dog, and sure enough, she was wearing her hearing aids and a huge smile. I waved at her and said, I hope you and Cream Puff have a nice walk. Well, I always use extract for my constable, so it might work for you, she answered. So now I'm thinking she has trouble with her hearing and her memory, because she obviously forgot to turn on her hearing aid. I'm thinking she and my grandma could probably be BFFs. Now here are the pictures of when Mrs. Wallbanger and Cream Puff were walking. When Mrs. Wallbanger was walking Cream Puff right here, and that's the cement guy right there. And there's the guy saying, "Didn't you hear me?" And she was like, and then she almost got run over here. And here's another picture of the note Nikki wrote to her for the hearing aids. Okay, if you want to catch up and know where I am, I'm on page 156, Monday, September 23rd. I think Chloe and Zoe have totally lost their minds. They're practically freaked out when Mrs. Peach announced she was taking 6 of her most hardworking and committed LSA on her 5-day field trip to New York City Public Library to participate in the National Library Week. Mrs. Peach is already making plans, even though it's in April, which is still a whole 7 months away. From what I understand, it's like a big Mardi Gras celebration for people, obviously, with the libraries. Chloe and Zoe actually started jumping up and down and screaming. I was like, girlfriends, take a chill pill, please. But I just said that inside my head, so no one else heard it but me. The whole time we were shelving books, they were talking nonstop about how we need to do something really special to convince Mrs. Peach to select the 3 of us Mrs. Peach to select the 3 of us for the trip to NYC, New York City. Well, why don't we just try to be the most hardworking and committed LSAs, I suggested, and we could start by maybe dusting off the books. It was a no-brainer to me, but Chloe and Zoe both looked at me like I was crazy. All of the other LSAs are going to be doing boring stuff like that to impress her, Chloe groaned. Yeah, we need to come up with a secret plan that will blow Miss Peach's mind away. Blow Miss Peach's mind, Zoe said excitedly. Okay, so dusting the library books was not exactly a mind-blowing idea, but it definitely would have solved my little sneezing problem. We were putting out a batch of brand new magazines when Chloe swiped a That's so hot, and buried her nose in it. Suddenly she gasped and shrieked. OMG, Zoe and Nikki, this is exactly what we should do. Chloe goofing off while Zoe and I work. Okay, so I'm going to stop at page 164, and let's keep reading. What? Get makeovers and become teen supermodels? I asked sarcastically. No, of course not, Chloe answered. I know we should make your face zip poof. Zoe said, reading an ad for Zap It Ants cream over Chloe's shoulder. Zoe, are you crazy? Chloe exclaimed. No, just no. I decided to guess again. We should publish our own magazines so that we can give teens all over the world advice on fashion, fun, friends, flirting, guys, and love. So their lives won't be disgustingly cruddy as yours. Chloe just gave me a glantic eye roll. Then she flipped over the magazine and pointed at an article. This tattoo if you're dared. I think a tattoo promoting reading would be perfect. And it would show that we're serious and committed. Then Mrs. Peach will choose us for a field trip for sure, Chloe squealed excitedly. That's a wacked idea, Chloe said. staring in awe at the beautiful tattoo model in the magazine. I bet we're going to look as cool as her once we get ours. Sweet! Our? Okay, hanging out in New York City for a National Library Week sounded like a lot of fun. But there was just no way I was going to try to earn that trip by getting a tattoo to celebrate reading. I mean, what kind of tattoo would I even get? Read or die. I forgot to show you this picture of Zoe finding the magazine right here. And then this is the article that Zoe picked up, and that's the tattoo Nikki would think she would get. I had to think fast. I agree. This is the coolest idea ever, you guys. But I just found out a few days ago that I might be allergic to certain types of ink. So I have to be really careful about what type of artist ink I use. Which means I'm probably allergic to tattoo ink as well. Chloe and Zoe looked a little confused. Well, I would imagine that the artist ink and tattoo ink are very different, and you being allergic to them both just sounds very bizarre. Chloe said, narrowing her eyes at me suspiciously, like I was lying to her or something. Zoe agreed. That's when I lost and yelled at them both. You know what I think is bizarre? Bizarre is getting a tattoo for National Library Week. But I just said that inside my head so no one else heard it but me. Well, bizarre or not, I'm pretty sure I'm allergic. I'm allergic. And I instead, which is really unfair because I was totally looking forward to getting a tattoo one day before I die. Then I sniffed a few times like I was very upset and emotional, discarding over not being able to get a tattoo. Nikki, if it's a medical problem, we completely understand. Right, Zoe? Chloe was trying to make me feel better. Hey, why don't you help us pick our tattoos? Yeah, we should ask our parents to take us to get them this weekend, Zoe said excitedly. I can hardly wait to see the look on Mrs. Peach's face when she sees our tattoos. But I already knew what her face was going to look like when she saw Chloe and Zoe covered with tattoos, celebrating reading. Oh no! Mrs. Peach crashed. Poor Mrs. Peach. And
Do you want lunch?
Yeah.
What do you want for lunch?
Hmm.
What do you want for lunch?
I'm
Tell me.
doing a video.
Tell me what you want.
Mommy.
Pause it.
That is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed reading the Dork Diary. I love Dork Diaries. It's my favorite book ever. Comment down below if you like, what's your favorite series of any book. My favorite series of any book is Dork Diaries. What is yours? Comment down below. We will stop at page 165. That is it for this video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you ate fancy reading and learn music. This channel is fancy reading, so I finally did a video on fancy reading. So excited. Now I can check something off my plan. If you want to watch that video on my plan, how to help your planning, that will be in the link down below. I just did that video before this one. Love you guys and peace out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.